and a license first. I'm like, you think you're getting a car? You kidding? We're a one
We only
car
have
family.
one car. I can't even get the car half the time.
Oh, are you kidding? It's sitting out there all day long for
Well,
you
now
to,
during
take around.
Varinus, of course.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Varinus.
Yeah, the two gentlemen of Verona. No, it's us, the two people of Varinus.
Yeah,
It's
see,
kind of
Rachel's saying she missed you yesterday. I'm wearing the I Am Happy shirt.
Oh, Rachel, well, I
Yeah.
missed you too. I had to go to, where was it? Some place with a view, with kids, with a park. They took a picnic. They're very cute, these kids. Oh, yeah, do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at all the people who are here. Michael and my sister Sue, Rachel, Todd, Jen's here. Don is here, Julie. This is less like a show than and more like a happy hour or something than because it's all of our same friends every day. Rhonda's just finished grouting her entire house.
Cleaning the grout of her house. She's a nut for cleaning the grout. And if any of you in the chat want to hire Rhonda, actually you don't even have to pay her. She loves cleaning grout so much. She will come over to your house and clean your grout for you. She's got a special tool she uses, and the satisfaction that she feels after some degrubbing of the grouting. Oh my God, that's enough for her. And then just give her a packet of cheese doodles or something, and she'll be on her merry way. So, and cheese doodles are a real thing, or did I just make that up?
Well, I'm sure that they are. If you Google them, I'm sure that some
there's
crunchy snack
thing
will
that
come
you
up.
can make a cheese doodle.
It's probably a pirated thing from the Cheetos type of snack. So
yeah, those.
How was your Memorial Day? I mean, I was here for it. We did a lot of socializing. I told you about it yesterday.
Yeah, we did a lot of.
We were out of the house.
Social distance socializing, which was so nice because what was funny was when the neighbor said I didn't know how social I was. She meant her, not that she was, because how much she was liking, or missing seeing people. But it was lovely. We got to see some friends. We drove to some other friends. We're not going to out anybody and say their names, but we were far apart. We all had to-go food, so there was no sharing of anything.
Oh, there could have been.
Oh, we had
I think we were inside of 6 feet a couple of times.
Yeah, I know. But I was sort of backing up. I was like, "Hey, guys, you're too close. Like, get away."
I'm pretty sure they don't have it. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. I'm pretty sure you don't have it. If you have it, I have it.
Well, my neighbor thinks that I've had it and I need to get the antibody test, and you as well. So we better sort that out that week.
A lot of people think they have it.
No, but when you think that somebody else has had it and you're telling them to get the antibody test, that's what we've had. We've had an intervention from someone who thinks that we should get the antibody test.
Flavia is here. It rhymes with Yugoslavia. I guess maybe I had been saying Flavia, but that's wrong. It's Flavia.
Yeah, I knew it was Flavia. You should have asked me.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't say...
I don't ask you enough stuff, do I?
No. That is really... Yeah, that's one of his problems.
We'll just start right off with a book of questions.
God. Can we get a new book of questions? I feel like these questions are from the 1980 ones.
Well, why don't you give me a modern answer to this?
Okay, I'll give you a modern answer. Yeah, hit me with it. Come on. I'm ready.
If you knew there would be a nuclear war in 1 week, what would you do? So that is a bit of a throwback.
Yeah. The Cold War. Get under your desks, Americans. Be afraid. We knew that you had nuclear bombs, but we were so far away. And also, I come from a country that's the only nation in the world that's a nuclear-free country. Oh, you weren't allowed to come, you Americans. So we had this big treaty with you, Australia, New Zealand, and the US. It was called ANZUS. And when we decided to be nuclear-free, because we were sick of the fucking French coming down and testing their nuclear bombs in the South Pacific and giving everybody cancer. So we said, you can...
Did you get cancer?
No one in New Zealand got cancer.
Cancer.
The people who were right on the Mururoa Atoll where the French were testing. That's what they did. The English used to go to the middle of Australia. Yeah, getting in your zone. I'm not touching your nose. Let me touch your nose. So the British... there's these colonizing assholes. They went to Australia to test their nuclear bombs. You guys have a big enough country that you could go to your own desert and do it. And then the French decided that they would test it on these little atolls that were French down in the South Pacific of Mururoa. I don't know how they pronounce it. Mururoa.
We did a bit of Pacific testing too, we Americans.
Yes.
Who you are now one of.
So yeah, I'm half an American. So then we said, well, a little bit of an American, maybe 10th. So we said...
You get a whole vote.
Yeah, I do get a whole vote, and I've lived here for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I'm not very happy with America right now, though. I'd like to move back to New Zealand. Toot sweet.
I'll give you the short chair, so
Yeah. Oh, so you feel all
you
important.
really are half an American now today.
Shut up. I
I'm going to
am
slouch down
really
even on your level.
Oh, I don't care. You can be tall. I like it that you're taller than me.
Okay.
It'd be
Would you
weird
like
to have a husband that I was taller than, especially as you're 6'2". That means I'd have to be 6'4".
Well, plenty of people have husbands
I'd be a
that they're
fearsome
taller than.
lady if I was 6'4".
You're a fearsome lady already.
Yeah.
But
Feeling a little fearsome right now. Anyway, so we became nuclear free, and then you guys, we were in a treaty with you, and we said, look, if you have a ship or a submarine that's on its way to McMurdo Sound in Antarctica, and we're the last fueling base, you have to tell us whether it's got nuclear anything on it, because you can't come if it's nuclear powered, if it's got nuclear bombs. And of course, you guys, for security reasons, said, well, we can't divulge that very top secret information.
well, I'm not going to tell you if I have a nuclear weapon right now. I need for you to believe that I have a nuclear weapon, and then you just take it down a notch.
I'm not afraid of you. So anyway, so then that blew up the ANZUS treaty, you know, and Australia was so mad with us. And of course, it was very symbolic. We're a little country, but that's what we believed in, and we're still nuclear free to this day. And a lot of Americans came up to me at the time and said, I really think that's amazing that you guys did that you said, you know, no to nuclear bombs, nuclear power. There's no nuclear nothing in New Zealand.
No nuclear nothing.
No. So if there was a nuclear war and I had a 1 week, what would I do?
Yeah, let's get back to the question. Let me
What
I'm
would
going to
I
ask you
do?
again. If
Yep.
you knew there would be a nuclear war in 1 week,
Yep.
what would you do? If I had my life to live over, I'd still fall in love with you.
Yeah, well, I would spend it with you. And where would we go? Would we go somewhere? I suppose I'd have to go home and see everybody, because you couldn't really. It would be terrible to have 1 week left and not to say goodbye to all the people. I mean, we could stop off
There's
on
going
a
to be a
beautiful.
nuclear war in 1 week, and you're going to get on a plane for a 12-hour flight somewhere?
Well, I'm not just going to run into the house and start eating chocolate. I mean, I'm not going to.
Well, no,
do that.
but I mean,
I want to go see my grandmother. So I'd like to see my grandmother and my mother, and I'd like you to go with me, and I'd like to
So
stop
how
off.
long-
I'll tell you what I'd like us to do. I'd like us to stop off on Tahiti, do some unbelievable surfing. I can't surf Tupelo Wapu, whatever it's called.
so there's going to be a nuclear war in 1 week. The whole world is panicking, and this is you're operating on like you're the only one who knows because
Yeah, I'm the only one who knows. So I take you and Fanula, we go to Tahiti, we do some surfing. We pay for all Fanula's friends to come, so we bring 10 kids with us. We go to Tahiti, we had an absolutely fantastic time. We eat fabulous, you know, French Tahitian food. Then we go to New Zealand.
because nobody else knows there's going to be a nuclear war, so they're going to be like, yes, I'll make you dinner. Whoa, this is a really large tip. Yeah, we're all dead next week.
Yeah. It will really be sucked in badly if it doesn't happen. And then Fanula's friends, their parents will be like, what are you guys, like,
Yeah,
hit the
and
jackpot that we're taking all the
And we're
kids
not
with
bringing
us.
your kids back. You're going to die
Yeah, I
alone
know,
without
yes.
your children because we're taking them all to New
That'll
Zealand.
be a hard sell. Don't tell them that the nuclear bomb is coming.
Your
And
plan
then-
is a little tricky.
Oh no, I think my plan. I don't see any downside of it yet. We'll all fly first class. What else do we do? Oh my god. Well, we better have a really big, fabulous party here the night before we leave, and invite all you guys. Anyone we have ever known is allowed to come to the party.
And what's the occasion for the party? Oh, we're all going to die someday. Maybe in a week.
Yeah. We thought we'd have a rockin' party, and then what band should we get to play? Who would we like to come and play for the... Well, I'd like Nick Cave to come and play, but I don't know if he's a great sort of, you know, end of the
Maybe we'll
year.
stop off and see Nick Cave in Australia on our way. After our surf trip,
Yeah,
we'll go to Australia, we'll see Nick Cave.
Yeah, I don't think Nick Cave and the Vampire's Wife, as his wife is called, are living in Australia. I think they're in England
Yeah.
or New York or...
Dana says if he's going to die, he might as well die on a beach. Be on a beach. Well,
exactly.
beaches are nice.
Yeah, beautiful beach in Tahiti. I mean, I'm going to have to be on a beautiful beach. I love Murawa in New Zealand. That's one of my favourite beaches.
Yeah. Joan would find her friends and have a week-long
Kari
party.
Kari. Oh, that's my favourite beach. That's so gorgeous. Kari Kari's beautiful. West Coast out from Auckland.
Well-
Black sand, green native bush. Okay, I'll shut up. What would you do if there was just a week to go? Let's hear your answer.
Well, I wouldn't go to New Zealand.
Oh, we'd take separate end of the world trips.
Well, I feel like I've got a lot of friends here that I would like to see and enjoy their company.
They're allowed to come for the final leaving night party.
Well, okay, well,
How long do we have? What's that? We've got a week to
we've got a
happens?
week. We've got a week.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wow! Somebody's posted a Tonight Show with me on Johnny Carson.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm excited about
yeah.
that one. I just found one the other day, Keys, where I was on the Tonight Show, and then at the end of my set, I said thank you, and I walk over. Jay is the host, and the two guests on the panel are Steve Martin and Jim Belushi. It was very exciting to me because I watched my set like, oh, this is all right. I'm me. I know the material, and then it's like, oh, I was right next to Steve Martin. I was on one time with Richard Pryor and Rain Pryor. Yeah, that could be the one that Keys has put up there. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? I met them.
Oh, Uma says Death
Richard
Cab for
and Rain.
Cuties. Good band for the
that could be
for the end of the thing. This Banana Republic is getting more and more orange every day. Well,
Jen, I think you would like New Zealand too.
You have
because
to read
okay.
Yeah.
So what Jen says is I would go somewhere where nuclear bombs. I was going to get it into there that she wants to be somewhere where nuclear bombs don't drop. Well, yeah. I mean, they're not allowed. They're not supposed to drop on New Zealand, but of course, if someone aimed them there, they would. But I don't think they'd try and kill the 4.5 million people. In New Zealand.
You get more bang for your buck.
Yeah, the big city where there are 4 million people.
Yeah, they're going to drop it on Sydney.
Don't give them any ideas.
I don't know who we're at nuclear war with, but all right. So that's what you.
Kim Jong Un. Oh.
You don't see much. You don't hear much out of him lately.
No, has he got the coronavirus? He just sort of comes in and out.
So yesterday, you weren't here, and I really feel like these are better. The knock knocks you've never heard before from 1977. So you may have heard them.
Okay.
You ready for a knock knock?
Yep.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Linda.
Linda who?
Linda Hand, I got heavy groceries.
Oh, ouch. It was pretty terrible. All right.
That gets you right in the Varinus, doesn't it?
Yeah, that does get you right in the brain. That's okay. Try me with another one.
Okay. Knock knock.
Who's there?
You got one line. It's always the same.
I know. Come on. That was the joke.
Abyssinia.
Abyssinia who?
Abyssinia a little later.
Oh, these are terrible.
Yeah,
oh, my
terrible.
God. Did your parents give you that book when you were a little kid?
I probably had this when I was a kid. Oh, my God. They probably gave it to me, and then yeah, you want the riddle book, don't you?
Yeah, give me those riddles.
All right. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Haddock.
Haddock who?
I had a complete set of cards, but I lost one.
Oh, my God. One more of those and I'm out of here.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got to get back to my job.
Do you want the...
Okay,
tell me a riddle?
Tell me a diddle.
Tell me a riddle.
Tell me a
Tell
riddle.
Me a little
well, I'll tell it a little bit of it, and then you can say the end of it. What's the okay. What's the difference between a high mountain and a spoon of castor oil? Spoonful.
High mountain and a spoonful of castor oil.
Yeah.
Don't know. Go.
Why is the word lilies like a face?
Well, you have to tell me the...
No, I don't.
Wow. The riddle is so bad that you don't even tell the punchline. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Why is the word lilies like a face?
I don't know. Why?
You're
not
not even
gonna say?
trying. No, I'm not telling.
I'm done with this.
Okay. That's got two eyes in it.
Ramon says he's multitasking right now. He's been on the phone with tech support for 3 hours. Oh, my God.
Oh, yuck. Who with? What tech support? Tell them to go shove it. Well, obviously you can't. You've been on for so long. Okay, I can tell you the thing between the high mountain and the castor. It's a spoonful of castor oil. One's hard to get up. The other's hard to get down.
Oh, boy.
See? Yeah, this is okay. These are really...
Okay, tell me a riddle.
Do it for... I give you full... You can do the fart machine now. I say this is a moment that warrants a bit of a Ronnie. Oh, did you turn it on?
I thought I'd turn it on.
Oh,
no,
Jerry.
Maybe I didn't turn it on.
God. Wow, you are really...
That... Oopsie.
That's what we think of the riddles.
The riddles are terrible. How about a little Spanish lesson today? We're really breaking out all the hits.
Okay, yep, all right.
Okay.
I'm waiting with bated... I don't even know how to say breath in Espanol. ¿Cómo se dice breath in Espanol?
Breatho.
Aire is air.
Okay.
Okay. What's the time? You know this one.
Quelle heure-t-il?
Oh, you did it in French. Quelle heure-t-il? No. Que?
Que? Time.
Es.
Que? Que-es?
Que hora es?
Que hora es?
Yes.
What hour is it?
Yeah,
Que
exactly.
hora es?
Yeah, but nicely done with pulling up the French. Okay, give us another one, or you want to do me one?
Okay, well, you pick one out.
Yeah.
You can do another Spanish lesson, and then we'll...
Okay, for you. All right, should I
I
say
don't
it in Spanish or in English?
Go ahead.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna know the answer to this one because this is your favorite question. This is the one that you like to ask when you anywhere.
Okay.
¿Dónde están los baños?
¿Dónde están los baños? Where are the baños?
Yeah.
Where's
What
the
are baños?
toilets?
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Yes.
well done.
Toilets. I drink a lot of water, and I like to know where the toilet is. I don't like
Yeah.
to go somewhere if I don't know where I'm going to be able to pee when I get to that place. That's just me.
Really? Have you become that person?
Yep, that's who I
but
am.
everywhere has a bathroom.
Charlie says to you, one last thought on those plain belly sneeches. They could have just had their own damn Frankfurter roast or marshmallow toast. Yeah, they could have.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
did they care about the gang that didn't like them? Who's that guy who says, the thing about wanting to be in a club where people don't want you? Yeah, they should have just left those.
Yeah, Jen is asking if we're trying to kill time till the show starts. No, the show's a little... I didn't even think Belinda was going to come to the show today, to be honest. I said, oh, you're going to do the show? And you said, oh, maybe I'll come from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like The Tonight Show. When you used to watch The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and somebody would be on, like Pete Fountain would be on, and then... oh, my God. Do you even know who that is?
Okay.
So he'd have Dean Martin would be on, but then Dean Martin would have to go. Like, I've got to go. Like, he can't be bothered to sit there for another 45 minutes on national television, potentially say something else funny and get more famous. He had to go. He was busy. And you're saying you have to... Are you leaving now? Oh, my God. We're 12 minutes to the end of the show.
I know,
What
but...
could you possibly have to do in the next 12 minutes
I'm
that's
editing.
more important than this? It's
Okay.
not more important than this.
Oh, this is my big project, Jake.
Did you know that seahorses, I don't even know what the word for this is, but seahorses, the man carries the babies. The lady squirts the eggs into the man,
Oh, good.
and then he
Oh.
fertilizes them in his body.
Right, I think Fanula told us that, didn't she? Because we've got a daughter who's a pretty mad, rabid. I shouldn't say rabid, but she's a little bit of a rabid feminista, so she would really love.
Would you say rabid? I don't.
Well, I say it. I say it
don't
in a
think
loving way.
She's not a problematic feminist.
Yeah, no, she doesn't sort of attack Jake when he walks into the house.
That's a kind
but
of a man expression. Problematic feminist. What?
But I like the one that she's really into. That song that's from a musical, Let's Generalize About Men. Let's generalize about men.
I don't know if that's from a musical. I think that's just a song.
Okay, it's just
or
a
maybe
song,
it's a skit
but it's
on
quite
something.
funny.
But who
Because
knows?
you just take one little negative thing and then you say, which obviously no one wants to be generalized about, and I do love men, so...
Dana's chimed in with pouch brooders. Evidently, that's what you call that's what you call men where you put the eggs. Pouch brooders. I'm glad I'm not a pouch brooder.
I think you would have been pretty good.
Well, and they
I
give
think
birth. They have hundreds of little seahorse babies. There's a high mortality rate of seahorse babies.
Yeah, those babies that get born near the ocean, it's like the turtles, you've got to have 1,000 turtle babies for one of them to make it to the ocean. I mean, part of the problem is us. They've really been enjoying us not being there as they make their run from the nest down to the ocean, and they don't have a whole lot of stupid human beings looking at them and trying to poke them or take their phone. Get a selfie with me and the two baby turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, are we going to be able to sort of, temper ourselves on the way back out and not go, to...
Temper ourselves on the way back out of Varinus, you mean?
Yeah, not just rush out and start flying and driving everywhere.
No. We're going to go completely nuts. I think the first chance we get to go... And the funny thing is, it's probably going to be like some of the... Maybe not in California. Some of these states are just like, hey, you can't do anything, and then, Monday, you can do everything. So we may get to do everything soon.
Is a conejo a rabbit? Keys has got a rabbit in his pants in Espanol.
A lot of male fish
Yeah.
get left holding the babies because they do their part after the female lays the eggs. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
she's done a lot of work.
Well, I had heard about the fish thing where the lady fish dumps the eggs and the man fish comes along and napalms them with his sperm.
Apparently the dad seahorse is a useless parent. Once he's had the babies, he just buggers off. Oh my God. You mean seahorse dads are deadbeat dads? Oh, Rhonda, that's so disappointing to hear.
Well, look, when you I don't know how long they live, but I did look that up, but I forgot to write it in the book. It was on the, I've really let myself down today.
It's okay.
Is asking if I turned down the part of George Costanza. That's a rumor on the internet, and it's based on some facts. Jerry Seinfeld did an interview when the third season of the DVDs were being released. I apologize if I told this on the show before. I don't know why I apologize for that.
Don't apologize. It's great to repeat yourself. Because
it is great to repeat yourself. Repetition is the key to learning.
Thank you.
That was sweet.
Every now and then.
So Jerry was working on his show at Castle Rock, developing Seinfeld, and I was developing a show also at Castle Rock for myself with some other writers. And we would see each other there, and Jerry knew who I was, obviously, and we had done some gigs together or seen each other at the Improv, all those things. And one day my manager calls and says, Jerry would like you to come in and audition. He thinks he would be right. I can't remember if it was audition or it was an offer. I think it was audition to be his friend on Seinfeld. And I said, I'd love to do that. I love Jerry. I'll be able to do that and do my show too. And they said, well, no, if you're on his show, then you can't do your own show. And so I said, well, I think I'm going to keep developing my show then. And then his show became incredibly successful. People are still watching it now. He probably has $500 million. But I have a fantastic wife and my own 3 p.m. live show during Varinus. So,
but remember
who won that one?
Remember the terrible one where the journalist called you up to ask you if you regretted that?
So Jerry said that in an interview when he was promoting the DVDs. The person asked him, well, would you ever consider somebody else besides his cast is so great? And so he mentioned my name. We asked Jake Johansson we wanted him to be the role of George.
Was it George or Kramer?
Well, it was George, even though people say that I remind them of Kramer sometimes, but it was George. And so somebody from CNN, I hadn't seen the interview because I live in a tiny room full of tchotchkes. And so somebody from CNN calls me up and asks me is it true that you're a moron, that you didn't take this gig? And I kind of couldn't. I had to put the story. I had to piece it together in my mind because it wasn't like something I had held on to or remembered from way back in the day. It was a thing that happened. Like, do you want to do your own show? You want to be on somebody else's show? And it was like, I want to do my own show. But then now, in retrospect, that could have been a thing.
Yeah. I thought the great thing about you, though, was that you didn't remember. And when the journalist told you, you had to be reminded because you had actually completely forgotten about it because you're busy doing your own thing.
Yeah, I'm busy doing my own thing.
I think that's a very healthy thing about you.
And look, here's the other thing. All that time while I was developed that show, and I had several other pilots and chances to have my own show that didn't pan out. It's obviously nothing to do with me. But for whatever reason, the executives turn over at the network or whatever happens. And I kept doing stand-up that whole time. And people would say, well, aren't you bummed out? Would you want your own show? And I would always say, well, yeah, it'd be great to have your own show, but stand-up is a great job. And I don't think people really believed me when I told them that. But now that Jerry has done his giant show and now is out doing stand-up again live for audiences, and he has a great special Rhonda's talking about. I haven't seen his special on Netflix yet. I saw some little bits of it. I mean, he's a great comedian. He always has been. But now stand-up is a great job. A guy who's got $500 million, give or take, is still interested in going on stage doing stand-up. I mean, he's not trying to get his own sitcom again. He's not trying to do another sitcom. He's driving around talking to other comedians in cars and getting coffee, which is another great job. And I'd be interested in that. But I like talking to you. You don't drink coffee.
No, I'm a tea drinker. I don't drink coffee. Okay.
You want to go now?
Yeah, I love you. I'm going to go. Bye-bye.
Okay. Oh, normally there's not a public display of affection on the show.
Oh, that's not true. I lean on you. I put my arm around you. I do all kinds of nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you loved it when I leaned on you the other day. Remember?
Loved it.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye. Oh, now that she's gone.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite jokes. You say it just loud enough that the person can hear you. Is how it works. Well, so did I do a pilot? I didn't do a pilot for that show that I was developing at the same time as Jerry's show. You know, so many of these show business stories can seem kind of like rationalizations or sad. They just seem like, even to tell the story, it doesn't make me sad, but it seems like I'm making excuses for why it didn't go. But I mean, basically, Jerry's show, he had the right executive at NBC. He had the right deal at NBC. His show was great. My show was a show that we had compromised on to make it. They wanted a show that could be an 8 o'clock show, which at the time meant it was more of a family show. And we had compromised on the idea to put some kids in it to make it more of a family show. And it was me. I was like a marketing toy executive, and there were these kids in this focus group that were problematic that I had to deal with. And so we wrote the show, and at the time Brandon Tartikoff was the head of the network, and we were dealing with some executives there who had his approval and loved doing the show. But Brandon Tartikoff's daughter was in a terrible car accident, and so he was away from the network for a while, and these executives were helping us with our show, and we were under their tutelage to make it something that NBC would want, and it was going to be a slam dunk. This was going to go on the air, and everything was going to happen. And Brandon came back from his time away to deal with his daughter's accident, and he wasn't interested in the show at that time. And then it was over. But I did enjoy watching Jerry's show on NBC. It was great. No, that's not. I mean, I know I'm kind of smirking a little bit, but it is great. I still enjoy watching episodes of Seinfeld. All right. Have I? Okay. If I had been George, he wouldn't have had Jerry Stiller and Estelle Harris. They were so wonderful. Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's my real takeaway from that story. I feel like I had a great life, but if anything, so far, not finished. And if anything, Jerry probably owes me a little bit of money, because if I had come on the show, it might have made it terrible, because Jason Alexander was unbelievable, and the show was unbelievable with him in it and all the actors that played his family. If I was on the show, it might not have been successful. In fact, there's a good chance that it would have been, just the dynamic of it would have not worked. And so the fact that I turned that down or wasn't interested in that opportunity, or however you want to look at it, that helped all of those other people. So I'm a giver, really, is the way I look at it. I'm a giver. All right, so let's start the show, Uma. Well, yeah, let's get the show started. I feel like, what are we going to talk about today? It's all over now. Okay, Everybody Loves Jake. Yeah, well, that was another show that I was developing with CBS under Letterman's tutelage, but it was before Everybody Loves Raymond, and they didn't have their development game quite on the ball. But again, that all sounds like I'm regretting something or making something someone else's responsibility. Maybe I didn't know what I was doing. Maybe I still don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to get this show started. I feel like this show is already over. And Richard Jeni did the show Platypus Man, and it basically killed him. Yeah, I don't know if Richard, I don't know, Platypus Man I thought was great. It was a terrific show. It didn't go for a long time. Richard had other problems, I think. But what do I know about that? I'm not a psychiatrist. I can barely get through this Varinus time not even without mumbling into a camera onto the internet with my friends. So I get it. Today was a bit rough. Yeah, Rita, replying to Michael. Richard was a friend. Yeah, he was so funny. I mean, when he took himself out of the game, I couldn't believe it, because to me, obviously, when people are depressed, it's irrational. They're not in a rational state, so you can't explain it. But to me, it looked like he had a great life. I mean, he was doing basically what I'm doing. He was doing clubs and theater gigs, and he was also had an amazing corporate kind of business on the side. I don't know how you describe that. He was doing private shows for corporations, which pays quite well, and I think he was certainly making a great living. But yeah, depression, so sad, so sad. But Freebird, it's been a great half hour. Yeah, well, thanks, Rhonda. We've done our best. I don't know if that's sarcastic now. My feelings are a little bit hurt today. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully I can get Belinda to be here for the whole day. We've got that 3,000 piece puzzle that we're working on, and to be honest, I think I'm the only one who's working on it. But I'll be here for the show tomorrow. You guys are great. Hang in there. I think we're going to be, who knows what, we're going to have to transition this into something after quarantine. But tomorrow, I'm going to do a little bit more preparing for tomorrow's show. No bullshit. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. You guys are great. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. And go watch Jerry Seinfeld on Netflix, or go watch Richard Jenny just Google him. He's unbelievable. And I'm sure you can see some great stuff out there.